Hey, Mitch, I heard that you're working on something with Chuck Schumer. Yeah, that's right. We're working on. Mitch, are you saying something or not? All right, Chuck, what do you got going on? What are you guys working on? All right, this is ridiculous. We got freaking 80-year-olds running this country. You know what? I'm gonna go to a high school, see if there's an 18-year-old that actually knows how to complete a sentence or doesn't know how to fall asleep.
Gerontocracy. That is what the United States is right now. We are a nation ran by the elderly. But do we really care about that? No. There is a substantial amount of evidence showing that the American people are going to like, man, maybe we shouldn't be electing these people. I mean, after all, they're really worried about Joe Biden with his age. That is a statistic that we all know. However, we do need to talk about everything else that is going on here. Now, we look at everything, and well, it's getting even worse. Whether it's Joe Biden saying something stupid, whether it's the Senate going ahead and removing everything, going on like, oh yeah, you can show up in shorts and a shirt to go ahead and preside over the Senate. That's something that happened over this week. Now, however, we should actually be talking about the differences between countries that have young people running it and countries that have older people. Now, all these countries that have all these older people, such as the United States, are on a criminal downfall. If you don't believe me, well, everything's pointing that way. We have all of our statistics pointing that the crime is going up, and that's not a joke. I've literally got the statistics pulled up for you guys to go ahead and see. See, we are actually going to be comparing 2019 when Trump was in the office to 2023 while Biden is in. However, keep on going saying that the gerontocracy is not existent. We have a great amount of our politicians that are serving in Congress that are over the age of 65. But we're supposed to not see this as a problem. But are we seriously supposed to just be looking at this going, like, yeah, it's the new normal? Oh. Krabby Turtle says the Unity Party, the longer they've been there, the more corrupt they are. That is 100% correct. These people are afraid to give up their power. They don't want to. Now, as Americans, we should go ahead and hold a referendum on these people. Now, we say that Joe Biden's age is a problem. Well, is the age of other politicians a problem then? That's where we need to dive deep into it. We got to look at ourselves going, go like, hey, the problem is everything that does with this. It's not just one person. That's seriously all that it is. We can't be holding each person to different standards when it comes to this. Because let's face it, all right, you can't, I'll be honest, look, you still can't be 80 and be like mentally fit. However, I'm 100% believe that we need to go ahead and hold a referendum on these people and, hold an age limit to hold public office, period. You know, now, now let's go ahead and dive deep into the age of our politicians. We got the median age here for you guys. So, although the House got younger here in this Congress, the Senate got older by a median age. All right? The median age of voting House lawmakers, it's 57.9. That is down from 58.9 in the 117th Congress. It was 58 in the 116th and 58.4 in the 115th. The new Senate's median age is 65.3, and it's only gone up. All right? So, in the 117th, it's been 64.8, 63.6 in the 116th, and 62.4 in the 115th. So, are we seriously going ahead and saying that everything's fine with this country? Yeah, look, the House is trending in the right direction, but the Senate keeps on getting older. What should be happening is that every single one of these should be going younger. We shouldn't be having people from the same two generations running and getting elected. If anything, the median age for both of these should be around 50. That's the median age of Americans. It's around that age. So it should be around 50. That's all I'm saying. But we look at our statistics with our representatives and our senators, it's nowhere near that. And we're going ahead and we're saying, yeah, this is fine. These people are exactly who I want in office. They're not actually representing you. They're representing their friends that are in the frickin' nursing homes. All right? This is the insanity that we've come to believe that everything's going to be fine while we keep on going and saying like, hey, what should we do? Should we just keep on looking at this going, like, hey, everything's good? No, not whatsoever. The gerontocracy of the United States has been a long way coming. And every single country that has ever had a gerontocracy, the country starts to fall. Because an aging leadership tends to go ahead, makes more mistakes, and they go ahead and they make it look like that the country is a joke. We'll be honest, the United States right now is a complete freaking joke of itself. It's a sham. It's a shell of itself. And people are going to keep on saying, well, no, it's not. But it's bullshit, all right? It's complete, utter bullshit. This country is a shell of its former glory. Yeah. There has been a lot of things that have come from this country, and we keep on saying, like, hey, maybe we should keep on electing these same people that go ahead and they keep on making this country worse instead for the better. Now, y'all could disagree with me. Maybe you say that these people are making the country better, but that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. But the thing is that this is not the country that our parents wanted us to grow up in. This is not the country that our grandparents wanted. This is why I say we need to make the country better for the next 3 generations. But if we look at this, there's no way in hell we're going to be doing that, because people that the median age in the freaking Senate is 65 years old. Why? Why are we going ahead and saying that it is all right? The United States of America and its citizens, like, what is going on with us? Why are we keep on going ahead and electing these people with this aging claimant and with their mental decline, going ahead and saying like, oh yeah, they're good to go. We should definitely support them and everything. No, we shouldn't. It's just how it's supposed to be, is that we should always have that, that retirement age, even for our politicians, our world leaders. But, well, who doesn't want that? They don't want that. Guess what? a good amount of Americans don't want that either. Now, we say that we want it, but we keep on electing people that are still well above their prime. Right. Now, we're going to be trading in one old person for another. They're in 2024. We already know that. But it's whatever, right? Right? We already know that we're going to be trading in one for another. The thing is that we need to try to stop this ongoing pattern. We need to stop this chain reaction. Maybe when we go ahead and go to the polls, we actually elect someone that is actually mentally fit and young enough to actually see stuff through until the very end. Statistically, these people that are in their 70s literally only have like a few years left, and like people that are in a mental decline probably only have like about 2 or 3. Why are we going ahead and saying that this is all right? That is the problem with the United States. We keep on electing the same people with the same policies, expecting something different. That is a form of stupidity. We shouldn't be going ahead and saying like, yeah, we keep on electing this person, we're going to have a different outcome. But if we look at the policies that everyone has been presenting, we're going to get the same outcome every single time. It's like the people that will flee California, go to Arizona, and vote for the same policies, and now they're complaining about Arizona not being how it was where they wanted it to be. Do you not think the problem's you then? Just saying, do you not think the problem's you? Because the only common denominator there is you voting for the same bullshit every single time you get the chance. It's not the other states. You're the common denominator. It's that simple. But people refuse to look inside the mirror to see that they are the problem. The United States and its citizens are a complete joke because we don't go ahead and realize that it starts and ends with us to stop this stuff. All right? We don't realize that. And what's the point? All right? Are we saying that we can't be doing this or we keep on doing this because we're like, oh, I mean, someone's got to lead it. Well, why not the other person that is mentally well, who is younger, and who already has a track record that's showing that they're able to do this? What's the cutoff age? 65? You know what? I honestly not sure anymore. Or, in all honesty, as long as it is above as long as it's around 70, I'm fine with that. But I think at 65, we should definitely start doing the cognitive tests. Now, with Joe Biden, they actually wanted him to take a cognitive test, but they did not allow it. All government positions should have term limits. Yes, 100%. Every single one of them should have term limits, but we do not go ahead and say like, yeah, whatever. We need the same people doing it again. Yeah. And guess what? We could have had the term limits, but when we went ahead and put a limit on the president, and that's when the Congress should have done it right there. But they still already had that gentleman's agreement where they won't be in office for life. They didn't see the need to do that yet. When they should have. If they were actually smart enough back then, they would have already looked at it going like, hey, maybe we should have done it. Because now we are fighting that battle that they should have already won. We're fighting that battle. There's no way in hell that these people are going to be going ahead and giving up that power anytime soon. Krabby Turtle, let's see. Lisa says state and federal positions. Yep, 100%. All need to have term limits. The Krabby Turtle, in most private companies, there are age limits. Government jobs are not designated to be career roles. Yes, 100%. But we keep on forgetting that. The American people like shrug it off. Go like, yeah, whatever. Your grandfather is allowed to do it, but okay, like what? All right. So let's go ahead and compare Joe Biden to the president of El Salvador. All right. So Joe Biden, as we all know, man's like 80 years old. So a few weeks ago, while he was in Vietnam, we all heard Joe Biden say the following.
You.
For a play?
I don't know what to do with this feeling.
Yeah, you do.
Wow.
All hands meeting!
Why are we getting a freaking ad?
You've been drowning in paperwork. That ends today!
All right, there we go.
What did you talk about, Mr. Lee? You said you spoke to the number 2 from China who was in India today?
Yeah,
What did you talk about?
we talked about at the conference overall. We talked about stability. We talked about making sure that the third world, the southern hemisphere had access to change.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed. All right, I'm going to go to bed. That's Joe Biden. All right. He's just saying the quiet part out loud here now. He wants to go to bed. He doesn't want to be here. This was the day before September 11th that he said this. Keep that in mind. And where did he spend September 11th, everyone? He spent it in Alaska. He broke a 22-year-long tradition by the President of the United States, who would either on 9/11 spend the day in the White House or go to Ground Zero and spend the day in New York. The man is a sham. The man is not a leader. Here. Versus the president of El Salvador. The president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, I think I pronounced it right, I don't know, but he is 42 years old. Hold on. All right. Now, what is the difference other than that, between El Salvador and the United States? Well, it is the crime statistics. The crime in El Salvador has actually gone down because you want to know why? They started arresting people. They're arresting people now. So, versus is compared in 2019 and in 2020 with the United States. 2019 and 2023 with the United States. So, violent crimes remain elevated compared to 2019, the year prior to COVID pandemic, and racial protests of 2020. There were 24% more homicides during the first half of 2023 than during the first half of 2019 in the study cites. What? 24 more percent homicides. Are you kidding me? We're seeing an increase of these people going ahead and murdering one another. And we're supposed to say that this is all right. This is how the country is supposed to be run. Now, these people are going ahead and they're not looking in the mirror. What happened between that time? One, yes, the racial protests. Two, there was an overwhelmingly majority of people that are saying, one, defund the police, and two, we got to elect these Democrats into office because of this. Now, what has happened? Crime has skyrocketed. Over at Harris Teeter in Columbia, Maryland, there are now gangs hanging out in front of it. Gangs. There are these people that are in high school going ahead and they are harassing people trying to shop. These teenagers are causing up such a ruckus that the store managers are literally locking themselves and the customers and staff inside while they're getting police cars every single day, going ahead and saying like, hey, we can't be doing this right now. Now, we all got to stay in here. And we're supposed to be saying it's all right. This entire thing is what is going on everywhere. In the city of Baltimore, we have even worse crime than we did in 2019, and that's also a fact. Right? Sure, Baltimore is not longer the murder capital of the United States, but its crime has still risen. And why is that? Well, it is the stupid policies that people keep on voting for these different politicians and going like, yeah, different's going to happen. But they do not look at the policies. That is why, like I already tell people, we need to go ahead and elect people that know what the hell they are doing and stop electing these people that hold the same policies as the previous person that didn't work. But people are not smart enough to go ahead and look over that. Why is that? Well, it's because they go ahead and they take the word of mouth from that person as truth instead of doing their own research. For the longest time, Americans were told to do their own research about these politicians, and now all that we do is that we swear up and down that each and every single one of them is telling the truth about what they are going to be doing in office. Harris Teeter, Columbia, Maryland, have had female abductions in the parking garage. Yep. Human trafficking. Yep. And that's going to keep on happening. And what is the so-called person that's in charge of Howard County going to do? Nothing. Because he doesn't care. He doesn't care. We had the chance to out this person, but you want to know what people just did? They went ahead and they voted this person back in, and now they're going to complain about the same things that they voted for. Really? You have no right to complain about someone that you elected in and complain about it. All right? You had the chance to go ahead and change it. You just didn't. Heck, we as the Republicans in Howard County went ahead and we put up our guy who was 1,000,000% better than the guy that's in office right now. But now people are seeing the fact that it's getting worse. Why is that? Well, maybe it's because, one, the guy doesn't care about the schools. He doesn't care about the social situation in Howard County. And he's only there to line his pockets and his family's pockets with money. Just saying. All right, let's keep on diving into these crime statistics. All right. So here's the good news. There's 2.5% fewer aggravated assaults in the first half of 2023 compared to 2022. But the number of gun consults has also dropped by 5.6% over the same period. But do you want to know why that is? People are arming themselves even more to this day. Yeah. That's a fact. Like, we look at this and crime sales are going up. Gun sales are going up even more for each and every single day. Now, in most places, non-residential burglaries have decreased. However, residential burglaries have increased dramatically. Why is that? Well, it's because they're not policing our areas anymore. So, motor vehicle thefts more than doubled. Oh. Makes you think about all this stuff that's going on. But don't worry, guys. Your Democratic leaders are doing a great job. They're doing a great job running your country. Versus El Salvador. Let's talk about the president of El Salvador and what he's doing right. So, let's get the president of El Salvador. He clears the way for mass trials as crackdown on gangs ramps up. So, as Congress passed a new bill that allows 900 people to be tried together if they are accused of being in the same criminal group. Now, another thing that's going on in El Salvador, he has locked up 2% of adults because El Salvador is one of the biggest crime states in the entire world. So he has built a prison that is the largest prison, I believe, in the entire world. It's actually bigger than any of the ones that we have in the United States right now. And you know what? Good for him. Good for him. This is exactly what our politicians should be doing. We should be going ahead and locking up the criminals. But guess what? Our politicians see law-abiding citizens as criminals and criminals as voters. That's the thing. They don't want us to vote. They want the criminals to. Who? I mean, why else would the border still be open? I mean, that's it. That's it. They're trying to get their voters. So, now the populist leader has cleared the way for mass trials of hundreds of people at a time as he steps up his year-long crackdown on the country's gangs, which critics say is eroding the rule of law and leading many innocent people being wrongfully jailed. But here's the thing. The crime in El Salvador is committed by gangs. The majority of it. Now, will some people get locked up that didn't commit these crimes? Sure. Yes, they will. And it's tragic. However, you cannot not go ahead and say that what he's doing is not working because crime has fallen. Who would have thought that locking up people that commit these violent crimes makes the crime rate go down? Who would have thought? I mean, obviously your 3-year-old nephew Jeffrey would have figured that out. What? It's just one of those things that the United States and the Democrat Party in particular still cannot figure out, that you have to go ahead and prosecute the criminals. All right. So, diving in even more into Joe Biden's age, and it's not just him we're going to talk about in this. We're going to look at the different ages of world leaders around the world. This is how Joe Biden stacks up against other world leaders. So, get ready for this. The median for men is 62 as world leaders, and the median for women is 57. Now, notice that the youngest age group for both of them is 37. All right. Now, for women, the oldest person is 75. And men, this person's pushing 90. Now, it's not just the U.S. that has this problem. We're seriously looking at this, and guess what? Joe Biden's right here. He's in the group of like 6 right here. And we're not supposed to be seeing a problem with that. Joe Biden's far overwhelmingly on the other end of the spectrum where we shouldn't want him to be. And I'm not just talking about his policies. So, Finnish Prime Minister Sanna Marin is the youngest woman in power at 37. Guess what? She was sworn in at 34. Look at that. But let's talk about this real quick, all right? All right, so as you can see, women tend to be younger than men when they're leaders. Now let's keep on looking at this stuff. The current age of national leaders, the median age for them is 62. When grouped by decade, the largest share of global leaders today, 35%, are in their 60s. These people are in their 60s. All right. Here's Joe Biden right here. Here's everyone else right here. What do these people have in common? Vladimir Putin, China. No. This guy from Cameroon. Wow. Leftist policies, of course. there's Vladimir Zelensky, probably with not enough Y's and K's for him. Him over here. So I'll give him this one thing. He's young. All right. But if Ukrainians were smart, whenever they hold an election, they should get rid of them. All right. Now, the youngest person in government is Gabriel Boric of Chile, who is 37. Oh. That is the youngest person that is in government as a world leader. So we're looking at this trend right here. Here we got 62 as the median age. The median age should be a lot younger. Like I said, this isn't just a problem for the United States. It's a problem everywhere. Where ideally, where we want it for the entire world is around 57. In all honesty, we want around 57. Good. All right. Now, this is also a trend with countries that have free and less free for older global leaders. So, notice how everything is by 60 years old. Well, you got 58 right here, 61, and 69. And we're not supposed to see a problem with this. Look, it would be all right if everything was in line, kind of with like that 58 age frame. But like I said, this isn't just a United States problem. It's everywhere. Where, like I said, women tend to be younger. But yeah, like this is a problem everywhere. But are we seriously supposed to say, yeah, whatever? Ideally, younger leaders with complement of older advisors. Yes, 100%. That's how it should be. You should have older people advising you, using their experience in these different situations. You should be using that, but we shouldn't be electing them into these higher offices. Yes. Or else they're going to be in Vietnam and saying, hey, I got to go to bed. Really? Is that really the situation that we want to keep on being in? Now, it isn't just on the Democrat side of the ticket. We've all been seeing the headlines within the last several weeks with Senator Mitch McConnell going ahead and phrasing up every single time he gets to say a sentence. Heck, I just made fun of it because it's funny to make fun of. But this is a problem that we have in the United States. Is we keep on electing these people that hit a certain age that we even want our parents to be working. And we say like, hey, it's good for them to keep on doing it. No, it's not. Are you kidding me? Why are we letting the oldest and the most dependent, and other than babies and children, people go ahead and run the country? It says a lot about ourselves. Now, yes, these people do not want to give up power, but this is also the same reason why we should also be going ahead and challenging everyone. Literally everyone. Go ahead and challenge the younger people. But whatever. Petite mal seizures, Mitch McConnell. Yep. Dude's having little seizures on stage, and we're seeing it right in front of us, and we're not going to say anything. But whatever. We're in all honesty, if his family tells him that doesn't go ahead and say like you're not running next election, there's something wrong with them. Because they have the same problem as the Biden family when it comes to this. So, all right. So now I think since we already talked about Mitch McConnell, I think it's time to talk about the biggest topic of the week. Now, the United States Senate has went ahead and removed their dress code for John Fetterman. And they removed it for everyone because of him. Because Fetterman cannot be helped put on a suit and tie every single day. The man has to be wearing his cargo shorts and a hoodie to preside over the entire Senate. Now, the even more ridiculous thing about this is that if you are an advisor or a staff member of these senators, you still have to go up and show up in a suit and tie every single day. You have to be in a black tie. But if you're a senator, you can go ahead and dress up however you want. This is why I am calling on all Republicans that are in the Senate to go ahead, and I'm actually going to make this shirt as soon as we get off stream. I want them to go ahead, buy a freaking shirt that I want to have that says, fuck you, and then we'll see how long this goes ahead and lasts. All right? We're going to see how long this lasts. If we get every single one of the Republicans to wear that shirt at the same time, while they should go ahead and wear the most ridiculous pair of Bermuda shorts and sandals with the shirt. They should all be locked arms when they do it too. Now that would be hilarious. Now, there is one Democrat, however, that is going ahead and saying that we need to reinstate it. And this is a Democrat that I'm going to be telling you that will be leaving the Democrat Party within the next few years. And that is Senator from West Virginia, Joe Manchin. Now, Joe Manchin has issued bipartisan resolution to reinstate dress code. Good. And it's because of this man right here, John Fetterman, why we don't have this anymore. I mean, look at him. He looks like a Muppet. Matter of fact, he doesn't look like the same person that he was on the campaign trail and when he started in Congress. Well, no, why? It's because he's a body double. All right, I'm putting that out loud. Body double, it's not him. Just like how there's like 5 Joe Bidens. All right. Okay. So Joe Manchin issued a resolution. Well, he will be issuing a resolution next week that would reinstate the Senate's dress code after Chuck Schumer relaxed the rules last weekend. The resolution would revert to the dress code back to requiring senators to don coats, ties, or business attire while on the Senate floor. Well, duh, they should have that. Most Americans aren't allowed to go ahead and show up in freaking shorts and hoodie to work. Then why should our politicians? Why should the people that are elected into the higher offices dress more comfortably? Well, here's the thing. John Fetterman is a person that shouldn't be in office, but the people in Pennsylvania elected him anyway. However, I'll say this. However, after that first debate against him and Dr. Oz, the most Googled thing in Pennsylvania was, can I switch my vote? It's like you shouldn't be voting until you have a debate. Kind of simple, right? It has to be a requirement to have these things, but the people of Pennsylvania are stuck with this person that can't go ahead and put on a tie to save his life. So good for you, Pennsylvania. Good job. You could have had Dr. Oz, who's, by the way, not as great as everyone say he is, but he's a lot better than this person. Just saying. Now, you guys dug your grave and you got to lay in it. Now, speaking of Pennsylvania, so Josh Shapiro, let's hear. he did have something to say the other day. Hey, let's see if I can remember to find it. Ah, there it is. So, Josh Shapiro says that voter ID is racist. Lisa says Fetterman wear a clip-on tie. Oh, yeah, well, he's not able to do that because, he's can't figure that out either. So, Josh Shapiro says that voter ID is racist. So, don't worry, guys. It is, though. It definitely is. But, however, McCormick bid again against Stacey says voter ID better than Shapiro's voter change. Like, what? Voter change. Yeah, so Shapiro says that voter ID is racist, even though majority of Americans want it. This includes Black Americans. However, it's racist to require these people to have an ID for it. Are you kidding me? You need an ID to purchase a gun. You need an ID to purchase cigarettes, alcohol. Everyone has an ID. So, it's not racist. So, on Hannity, host Sean Hannity also reported McCormick now enjoys the endorsement of Pennsylvania's entire Republican delegation, from House Freedom Caucus Chairman Scott Perry on the right to Representative Brian Fitzpatrick in the moderate wing. And what is the difference for this? Well, it's because the moderate wing is full of idiots. I think those whom much has been given, more is expected, and our country is headed in a terrible direction under the leadership of Joe Biden. While that is 100% true. Now, Joe Biden has made the country energy dependent, and as he says in here, which in all honesty is true, gas prices are going to keep on getting higher and higher and higher under Joe Biden because he keeps on shutting down everything that makes us energy independent. That is because he says that he wants to go ahead and have jobs, but the jobs that actually make money for the United States, it actually makes the world better because we don't have to send trucks and ships all over the world. He says it's worse. So, sorry, pipelines are bad according to him, even though they are literally the safest way to go ahead and distribute oil to people. And it's the greener way. But don't worry, you'll be able to have your electric cars, though. The electric cars are actually worse for the environment, but don't tell Joe Biden. Electricity is the way to go. He doesn't want you to have that nice 1967 Mustang of yours. He doesn't want you to have that. He doesn't want you to have a fuel-efficient car so you can go ahead and drive hundreds of miles just by freaking putting the gas in the car for literally like 2 minutes. No, what he wants you to do is sit in your car, charge it up for 30 minutes, and then he wants you to have an outrageous electricity bill because he refuses to have nuclear energy because, if we had nuclear energy, we'd be able to power all of our houses for pennies on the nickel. So, just saying. All right. All right, so we're about getting ready to wrap up here, but I think we're going to end on a new music video that has just dropped by Tom McDonald and Adam Calhoun called Race War. They just released their second album together called The Brave 2 on streaming, so you guys really got to check it out. It is a fantastic album.
It's okay to be racist, as long as you hating on the Caucasians. Teaching white kids that their shade's the same as school shooters and rapists. Maybe I'm tripping because the white children have been getting taught that they got white privilege by the white guys in the high heels who identify as the white women. I'm not proud to be white, but I'm fine with it because I'm not allowed to have pride in it. Because the colonizers and the white bigots made white history my business. I ain't never gonna give a damn if you like me. I ain't gonna trip when they stereotype me. I'm a white boy, and a white boy like me knows that all lives matter. Fight me. When I was younger, they taught me to never see color, to treat every man as if he was my brother. But now that we're grown up, we hate one another for all of the ways that we struggle and suffer. They coming for blood and we running for cover. The government wants us divided and dumber, addicted and drunk in the gutter, so we never wake up and never recover. Call me culture vulture cause I rap good. I don't pop jams or smoke backwoods, but they call me a wigger and label me Hitler and hate like I'm wearing a Klan hood. It ain't left or right or black or white, it's good and evil. Elite folks ain't normal people. United we stand and divided we fall. America, we gotta get real. You were segregated, that was not fair. You were enslaved, they did not care. But you were never on a plantation and my generation was not there. That's trauma in your DNA, causing what we see today. I pray to God you staying strong. Don't wanna see no man in pain. You white folks, I'm embarrassed. Some of y'all are such Karens. That prejudice you inherited was racism from your parents. Get that poison out your veins. Whites and blacks are all the same. They want us in our graves, just let me try to explain. I swear they want us in a race war, dying every day for whose lives matter more. I won't be dying in the race war. Our government is paid for, cause our lives matter more. If you born black, you lose. Might as well go get that. You gon' die before you 25, get shot over your shoes. You gon' get killed by police even when you follow the rules. If you listen to the news, you gon' believe all this is true. I ain't feel no white guilt. They'll ride for me when I'm killed. I guess white life don't matter, sad, but that's the way that I feel. I feel like they feel like I don't know what they all call me. Cis, white, male, bigot, racist, he's a Nazi. That's not me. I'm not one of these white liberal commies who think black America needs allies in their army. Your neighborhood's all gay, they claim you pro-black, but you faking. Guys are dying on the pavement. All your hashtags won't save them, that ain't gangster. People begging for their life still. I know white people who can't afford to pay their light bill, who might feel like they the ones who losing their life, when the worst thing you could be is not ashamed to be white. White privilege is a system they position for division. If you black, you go to prison. If you white, your life is different. Take some money, race religion, sprinkle in some ammunition, and make everyone believe that the other team is the villain. I ain't pro-black, I ain't pro-white, I'm pro-American. Every color turns up bones one day when you bury them. Whites and blacks are all the same. They want us in our graves. Just let me try to explain. I swear they want us in a race war, dying every day for whose lives matter more. I won't be dying in the race war. Our government is paid for, cause our lives matter more. They want us in a race war, dying in the streets. Should be us against them, but it's you against me. Ain't nobody gonna win. Everybody gon' see that the color of your skin don't change the color that you bleed. I swear they want us in a race war, dying every day for whose lives matter more. I won't be dying in the race war. Our government is paid for, cause our lives matter more.
All right, guys, just one more thing before we go. I do want to thank y'all for getting me to 500 subscribers over on YouTube. It is honestly amazing that we are making this political movement happen even more every single day, and this wouldn't be happening without you guys. Guys, now we're just going to go ahead and catch up on some of these chats. So, Corvette, the Mustang was when he was cheating on his wife while Jill was cheating on her husband. That is correct. Correct that he was talking about Joe Biden in that situation. Thank you, Krabby Turtle. No. Krabby Turtle also says, have a beautiful Sunday, everyone. Stay safe and always carry. 100% always carry, especially in today's day and age where the crime has keep on going up. All right. Now we're going to end off on our historical quote here. This is from Abraham Lincoln. I can make a general in 5 minutes, but a good horse is hard to replace. I can make a general in 5 minutes, but a good horse is hard to replace. Once again, That is by Abraham Lincoln. Thank you guys, and God bless.